The Shut Your Mouth Lounge, episode number 3, 4, 6.
Yes.
Oh. Pink?
Eh?
Addy?
Yeah.
Oh. Tell me, does either of you pricks have a YouTube channel?
Sometimes.
I do have a YouTube channel. I have not uploaded to it in a long time, but it's October. I have a lot of plans for October. Whether those plans come to fruition or not this week, I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but maybe next week.
Pink will upload a video where he cooks spooky spaghetti.
This could happen, except I don't like spaghetti.
Oh.
That's what makes it so spooky.
This is true.
That and the asbestos.
Yeah.
Ah.
And then not food grade ink. They just smear on it.
All right. Addy,
Yes.
who is your YouTube?
Well, my YouTube is I honestly don't know who I can shout out because there's a good chance that that like 2 weeks from now they turn out to be a pedo. But that's just how YouTubers be nowadays, I guess.
If somebody digs through these old recordings to hear what we've got to say, I think we've got bigger things to worry about.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So my channel, Shadow the Hedgehog,
Oh,
he's coming.
Very nice.
Then, on the gameplay channel, I look over to the gameplay channel. It's also Shadow the Hedgehog. I have been replaced by Shadow the Hedgehog. Help!
oh God. You're getting into the mood for it.
Yeah. But yeah, so on Monday, more Kingdom Hearts. This will keep up. This trend will keep up indefinitely.
That is
yeah.
the case.
There's a lot going on there.
Yeah. This week we spins the wheel.
Oh no. Actually, I like that boss fight, but nonetheless.
Yeah, and on Friday it was funny because it's like, all right, here's a stray hit from the wheel, and then Sora just collapses, himself. He forms a black hole.
Thereby defeating Oogie Boogie
Yeah,
and saving Halloween World. Except that he ate the Halloween World, the black hole did, so.
yeah. Then Shadow the Hedgehog Part 2. Following that. Oh God.
Oh god.
Uh-oh.
Criticom. So,
Oh!
so this was at some point. This was supposed to be the Halloween variant, I guess, of my channel's fighting game, but it got demoted. And the title is just called the title of the video is the horror is playing this game, which I feel like
Yeah.
Hang on, I'm looking up. What is Criticom the game I'm thinking of? Oh, yeah, that was not the game I'm thinking of, but that is nonetheless another really fucking bad one.
Yeah, I think you might be thinking of BioFreaks.
No, I was thinking of that really stinky Russian one.
Oh yeah, no.
That one's probably the worst fighting game I've ever seen in my life.
Then, following that, more Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's back.
Then we see what happens when we forgot to tell the still artist about Travis's new look. And finally, Probably More Perfect Apocalypse. I'm trying to check, but it actually goes off this screen, so I have to open up the next one. Oh yes, More Perfect Apocalypse. We do baseball.
All right. I see. Are there any purr or paw related puns with that?
No, but it's that episode will be about the rivalry between this I believe he's not a husky. What the fuck is he? Well, I forget. Whatever. Some other dog called Sparky, who I made Scottish inexplicably, and
Yeah.
and this buff tiger girl named Tigger.
Okay.
So yeah, that's it for my channels.
Let's see. On my own channel, it will be some mixture of Minecraft, Star Wars Battlefront, the Street Fighter 6 recording I did with you guys may come out today or tomorrow. I don't remember. It may have already come out. No, I think it comes out today or tomorrow. The Endless Legend I did with you guys should come out sometime this week. So there you go.
I recorded Endless Legend, and my desktop audio was turned off for that.
Nice.
Whoopsie doodles, as they say.
Yeah, well, that's unfortunate. On the other hand, is that Endless Legend really known for its audio?
Yeah.
Well, the desktop audio includes you guys, so.
Oh shit! Right. Okay, yeah. For me, I've got it finally split off into Discord and game audio because you guys are almost always way too quiet on recordings.
Ah.
Nonetheless, there you go. That's the my channel, the group channel. Let's see. So it needs to be starting from this coming Saturday, right? I'm still getting used to this. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Video, I know.
I don't even know what happened to last week's podcast, by the way, because like we recorded it. I made sure that we recorded it. Like I made sure to check that the OBS is recording. It was recorded. The file was there. I uploaded the file. I'm pretty sure, and it's on the channel. And it's on my fucking hard drive. So
Yeah.
So that's why there was no Shakamat Lounge last week. Because it just disappeared, I guess.
Weird.
All right. Well, okay. Going from today, October 6th, tomorrow, Monday, October 7th, Dangarupper, Parse 27. Tuesday, the 8th, Sam Show 4, Part 2, or Samurai Showdown, but fuck it, it's Sam Show, who cares?
Yeah.
October 9th, Wednesday, Payday 2, Part 31. October 10th, Thursday, Sam Show 6, Part 2. October 11th, Friday, Street Fighter 6, Part 32. October 12th, Phasmophobia, Part 37. Let me check to make sure there's nothing else that comes out on that day, because the pages kind of roll over there.
Eh.
Yes, there are, because Castle Crashers Part 3 is also on that day. There you go.
Nice.
All right. So, excuse me. The topic for today, if I don't turn to Donald Duck, or no, excuse me, Porky Pig. Oh, I'm really off my game here. The topic, if I don't turn to Porky Pig, is we're all wrestling fans here. So what's your favorite wrestling heel? I'll say for my part, easy answer. I'm nostalgic. He was the top heel at the time that I came in. Miz.
I had a feeling you'd pick that as your answer.
And he's my favorite. Doesn't necessarily mean he's the best.
Sure,
comparatively to, being good on the mic. No, there's your Roddy Pipers, your Jake the Snakes. For being able to be an asshole and get heat, nah, there's your Dominic Mysterios, your Shawn Michaels. For being able to cut it in the ring, nah, there's your... who's a good example of an in-ring heel?
Bret Hart when he was a heel.
Yeah.
See, that was... I'm actually waffling between two answers of the question, and Bret Hart was definitely one of them.
Mr. Perfect?
Yeah.
For sure. He was perfect.
There's also... I was about to say Eddie, but it's like, well, no, Eddie wrestled like a heel, but he was a face.
This is true.
See, my answer...
You know what?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll say WCW Eddie. There's a pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Proceed, Eddie.
Yeah, my answer is very, like, context sensitive. Because there's one feud that really stuck with me from when I watched wrestling every week.
This is pretty context sensitive. I love him, but he's more or less relevant for like 2 or 3 time periods.
Yeah. But yeah, specifically during that feud, Orton. Because when he feuded with Christian,
Ah.
that feud,
Orton's a good pick.
like that both of those guys are on the top of their game for that feud. Christian was like, you know, it's one of those things where like Christian the face, was Christian the heel? I don't know.
No, he was actually the heel.
He was the heel.
Oh, but still, he was the good
When did you
heel.
get on?
I want to say in the middle of it, like it's close to the end. I want to say he was
Okay.
I feel
I
like-
can see where you'd be more sympathetic to Christian in the later stages.
Yeah.
You got on in the later stages.
I want to say it was like there were like 3 or 4 more matches at the time that I came in.
I'm nostalgic for it now, but I came into wrestling like 2 or 3 months earlier than you did. So my memory of it is as a like kid going on teen, just starting up as a teen, whatever, was that I found Christian endlessly annoying. And I was like, oh, when will he go away? In hindsight, I like it, and I thought the angle worked. But at the time, of course, you know, it was actually getting heat with me.
Yeah.
I was getting worked.
Yeah, for me, it was just a thing of like both of those guys managed to sell. Like, to me, both of those guys managed to sell themselves as both heel and face. Like, cause like I can understand where Christian is coming from, but at the same time he's whiny. And then Orton is like, "All right, I'm gonna RKO you on the steps, and I will break your neck."
Orton could never be that much of a face until he got old.
Yeah.
I mean, even now, he's still Orton. It's just like, now it's like, or good old Orton.
Yeah. But you know,
I
like,
mean,
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no, I fell.
You fell?
Why'd you fall? Who does that?
Because I'm leaning my seat back like a jackass.
But yeah, like I'm also way like this, though we like you with Miz, where like, you know, outside of this feud, and neither of them are particularly like even my favorites, let alone like remarkable in my opinion. Like maybe Orton with the Legend Killer stuff.
I would say the era of Viper Orton that went against Triple H and Cena, you know, that 2008, 2009 Orton, there's a lot going on there that was good.
Yeah.
Maybe I actually haven't seen any of that Orton.
Mm.
Yeah, the matches aren't necessarily anything to write home about, but he was good at looking vicious and like he just genuinely didn't give a shit about anyone.
See, the thing is that like I saw the later part of that once again, so like I still saw Orton go up against Cena, but you know, to me Orton was face.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah, not until you get to retirement tour, 5-year long, 6-year long, 7-year long. Oh shit, I guess it's now 10 years. 10-year long retirement tour, Cena.
Yeah.
That's the thing that cracks me up about so many people our age going, oh my God, no, Cena can't retire. He's my childhood favorite. In my mind, Cena's been retiring ever since he lost to fucking Lesnar.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
It's like,
it's also funny that those people saying there that he's their childhood favorite wrestler. When like the only time I liked Cena was when he saved Rey Mysterio from Del Rio, and then the next week Rey got the WWE Championship, and Cena came out and beat him in a second. And I went, you know what? Never mind. Fuck this guy.
yeah. When I came in 2011, I did like Cena, but one thing that did sour me on him was the very blatant attempt at transferring Zack Ryder's popularity to him.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Like, you know, there's...
You know,
I was gonna say, like, there's the Hulk Hogan's where you can sort of just, you know, build on top of them and do that and not have people not groan about it. But like, no, Hulk Hogan, looking back at it, Hulk Hogan was also kind of bad. He wasn't as bad as any of the attempts trying to replicate Hogan, but he was still bad.
Hogan succeeded in a specific time, and if Hogan had come any earlier or any later, he wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that got me thinking, though, with Cena saying this is not his real retirement for all intents and purposes. Made me think there's two other wrestlers that I'll see people say this was their retirement match, and I'll go, no. Ric Flair did not retire last year.
Yeah. No.
Or 2 years ago.
Ric Flair...
Ric Flair retired at WrestleMania 24.
See, I'm on the of the opposite opinion. I don't think Ric Flair will retire until he's in the ground, and even then, he might come back.
Yeah.
But it also depends on your definition of retirement. Like, do you mean this is when the wrestler, the character retired, or this is when the person playing the character decides to actually fucking stop wrestling? Because, you know. Because like with that, I would agree with you that Flair retired then. Because Flair, I don't remember if Flair was even that good at that WrestleMania, but like later, no. You know,
Flair wasn't that good in his fucking prime.
That's what I was thinking.
I mean,
all the good matches Flair had in his life were a result of him being opposite the ring from someone else who was fantastic. Flair, at the end of the day, was just. Flair was a ditto. Whatever you put in the ring with Flair, Flair was, for all intents and purposes, just that.
Truly the Prince Balor of his generation.
Yes, actually. Yes, I would actually say that about both Rick and Finn. If they're put in the ring with someone who will not take the match into their own hands and lead it into a creative direction, either one of those men will just have the same goddamn match they have every night.
Yeah.
But if you put them in the ring with someone who is great, who can take the match and really take it into its own, Flair or Balor won't get in the way. They won't stop it from being a great match. Like, they can both, Flair and Balor both in their prime, and Balor still, I would say, could keep up with just about anyone. The trouble with both of them was that they were fucking intellectually lazy.
Yeah.
Nonetheless. Yeah, I'll say, for me, I think it's, when it goes from being the wrestler is here, this isn't that much of a shock, to, oh, this is a special appearance. That's the retirement. Which is not the technical, it's not the, I suppose I should say it's like, to me, it's a connotative definition rather than the denotative definition. So if Mike were here, he'd go berserk because everything's got to be denotation. But nonetheless, for me, like, I'll see Batista's retirement, WrestleMania 36, and I go, no, it wasn't. Batista retired at that fucking, like, Over the Edge 2010, or Extreme Rules 2010.
Yeah.
Was he at WrestleMania 30? Yeah, but it was, for all intents and purposes, a special guest appearance.
This is true.
What do you think, Pink? You've been silent on this so far.
About the topic at hand or the podcast topic?
Either or, your pick.
Well, my pick, I'll actually keep it kind of in tandem with you guys choosing people that you first latched onto when you started wrestling. Now, this is not one I started with. Actually, that if I go with the one that I started with, that would be Triple H. I'm split between like 4 different heels right now. I'll say. Flip a coin. I'll say CM Punk around 2008, 2009, when he first started leaning into the straight edge savior type gimmick and feuding with Jeff Hardy. I thought that character was a highlight of SmackDown in an otherwise very dark age for wrestling on that show.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that they had Punk go against Orton at 27 because there was a span of years where those two were the only good thing in WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's always where the three of us, like, generally our group, I think just about anyone in our group, bar Ted, who says Punk should die at any given time, and G-Men, who will worship the feet of Punk at any given time. Other than that, I think there was a general agreement in our group that Best in the World Punk was overrated and that generally Straight Edge Savior was more interesting.
Right, yeah.
And yeah, have they added Straight Edge Savior Punk to my faction yet?
Not yet. His files for that got leaked like several months ago, but they still have yet to actually put it in the game.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that unlocker there.
They're waiting for Luke Gallows
and
and
this and go, oh, we gotta ban that guy. Don't worry, you were way ahead of yourself.
they're waiting for Luke Gallows and Mike Knox to clear.
Yeah.
Luke Gallows is already in the game.
They just need to get Mike Knox.
Who was never part of the Straight Edge Society.
He wasn't?
No, that was
Serena Deeb and Joey Nitro. No,
yes.
For Mercury.
Yes.
It always fucks me up that John Morrison was the in Eminem. like, shut up. I know that he was at the time called Johnny Nitro, but still, shut up.
It screws with my mind.
Like, the thing is, if they reassembled now, they'd be Team
Delicious.
Which already exists. No, wait, no. The rest of the male models were fired. So,
yes, they were.
Yeah.
Now they're MXM.
Yeah, they actually stuck together. But they go and they'll still like go and take pictures with Maxine, which I think is funny. Makes me wonder if the Young Bucks are like, all right, so they're jobbing next week.
Yeah, probably. I think Dio Madden has already talked about how AEW is like, it's a place to work.
That it would be very dumb of him to say that, because they will give him a paycheck to just be dumb and homoerotic on screen for like the next couple months before Tony Khan forgets about him.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that anyone that's at AEW that is not a butt buddy of the Bucks or Jericho knows that their run is going to be limited.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, just look like 2 or 3 years ago. Like, everybody's like, oh my God, Powerhouse Hobbs. Oh my God, who's that other stupid, huge, muscular guy that people are like, oh my God, this guy's amazing.
Brian Cage?
Not his dumb ass. No, the other white one.
What's the other
Brock
big monster?
Yeah, sure, that guy could put up with the Bucks, definitely.
Yeah.
You think that Punk gave him trouble? My God, it would just be. You'd see on the news tomorrow the Bucks pissed off Lesnar, and when Lesnar walked out of their locker room, it was just a fucking blood red room, no bones left, just blood from ceiling to floor.
Brock just F5s them off of Titan Towers.
Like, he's gonna be doing some Freddy Krueger shit to him. Yeah, I mean, like it. It's it's just I get lost for words. How much AEW just continued to not learn from past WWE competitors' mistakes, and now they've got to that stage 99 or 2000 era WCW was at, or 2014 TNA was at, or 93 WCW was at, where it's like, not only is this bad, no one cares. This isn't point and laugh bad. Last year's AEW was point and laugh bad, right?
Yeah.
When the news coming out about AEW was that it was a fucking actual battle royal backstage where they're all beating the shit out of each other. That was point and laugh. Let's tune in and see what stupid shit's gonna go on backstage. This is like, who gives a shit?
But I know what can fix AEW. Vince Russo.
Yeah,
It's the only solution.
Shane will get in and he'll say, guys, don't worry. I've got an old friend from the Attitude Era. He's one of the big players. He'll be able to fix all of this.
He brings in Russo and Bischoff. And every week, Russo and Bischoff have a death match in the back to decide who books this week.
Oh, God. You want to make AEW some interesting television. We fired all the wrestlers and instead devoted all their paychecks to hiring Russo, Bischoff, and Cornette. We're filming backstage. We've left a series of weapons out, and we're going to see what happens.
Eventually, they run out of budget, and it's just footage of fucking WCW backstage assault.
Oh, shit.
I mean,
boy. Okay.
the thing is that, like, for as shit as Russo's time was in any company, really, most companies, at least he made that shit interesting. Not good, but interesting. So
That's true. That's very true.
The thing is, there are a lot of Russo periods where the viewership went down. I know Rocky was always saying they should hire Russo. He'd bring the numbers up. The numbers generally go down for anyone except WWE. He's point and laugh entertaining, but only in hindsight.
Mm-hmm.
See, like I think Russo works as like a writer for backstage segments or whatever. Like, he has he can have some interesting ideas for, like, just people doing stuff outside of the ring, and then he also needs someone over him who goes, no, this match will not be 3 minutes long.
I think the thing with Vince Russo is that if you want any purpose for him, which is generally coming up with any kind of angle to use on a wrestler that's borderline useless, what you have to do is you kind of just got to turn him upside down you got to pick him up and lift him upside down over the table and shake all the ideas out of him.
Yeah.
You gotta like divide it up and make a little small pile, and you keep that on the center of the table. Then the large pile you file off into a bag, and then you tie up the bag and you throw it in an incinerator.
Yes. Because, like, for all this, for as much as like trash TV there was, it had some interesting angles and shit. It was just baked in shit.
Yeah.
So, like,
and like there's a lot of rants and shit that got onto WWE TV at that time.
Yeah.
There's Val Venus. There's, what was it? The Freak Squad. What was that? The Outcast. There you go. The Outcast. They put fucking Earthquake in a mask and had him carry around a Cartman doll. For fuck's sakes.
Mm.
Ugh. And like that, it's one of those things where it's like the amount of money that any given wrestling historian or even just wrestling fan would pay to be able to see the big list of rejected Vince Russo ideas in WWF.
Yeah.
Because we saw the stuff that got passed in WCW and TNA. And what did Vince reject that would be along those lines?
Right. Especially considering especially when you consider Henry.
That one you can see getting past Vince because you can see Vince thinking it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because Vince kept on having ideas like that after Russo left. But, like, the question is, what else came out of a guy who thought that his masterpiece was beaver cleavage?
We should push Stevie Richards and the Blue Meanie.
Well, that's just a given.
That felt like a completely complete non sequitur response.
I mean,
I'd like for you to keep that in
Pushing
the back
Stevie
pocket.
Richards isn't even that outlandish comparative to Vince Russo.
No.
See, the thing is,
there's periods where Stevie Richards would have had a better respect on his name for taking beef with JBL.
see, the thing is, apparently, according to Stevie at least, he had heat backstage forever, like until he left, basically, because he was a Russo pick.
I could see that, and also going off of interviews with Stevie Richards that I've seen, he's not a guy who's very good at not being honest.
Yeah.
He seems like a guy who speaks his mind, and it's been said before that why Test was never a big success because Test.
Yeah.
If somebody came backstage to Test and said, "Here's your new character, here's your new angle," Test wouldn't say, "Hey, I like it," but if you consider this, no, Test would say, "That's shit. Come up with something else."
Yeah.
Yeah, according to Stevie, what happened was that he had heat because he was a Russo pick when Russo was there, basically, but at least Russo and his personal writer that more or less got assigned to him was there to keep him from getting fired and all that. Then Russo got fired, so the personal writer the writer was the only guy keeping up for, and then 2 weeks into the Right to Censor, that guy also left. And then all that Stevie was left with is heat from the back because he was a Russo pick, and heat from Godfather specifically because they made him not be the Godfather anymore.
Yeah,
I
that
can
was
see
a dumb
that.
decision. I hate it.
The only one out of Right to Censor I can see actually enjoying that gimmick is Ivory.
Yeah.
Ivory's great.
Apparently,
And
yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, apparently, Stevie, when Vince personally pitched the right to Censor to Stevie was like, "All right, I have to take this or I get fired." that was him going into that.
Yeah, Stevie's position more or less was, I'm a member of the BWO. The thing about the BWO is that they were all losers. Blue Meanie was a lovable loser because he was fat, dumpy, and enthusiastic, and he looked like a jolly fat guy. The others weren't lovable losers; they were just losers.
Yeah.
Stevie, for every bit that Stevie, I'm sure, will continue to bitch for the rest of the time. At some point, Stevie will have to admit he still got treated better than fucking Nova.
Yeah.
Because the only context you'll ever see Nova get brought up in wrestling history is he was a name that was on the BWO roster. Have any of you ever heard of Nova doing anything other than just being there next to the Blue Meanie and Stevie Richards?
No.
I saw him
Wasn't he Simon Dean?
I think I saw Noah get booked for an indie sometime alone for some reason.
That doesn't count for anything.
That's a territory of Virgil and Jim Neidhart needs more coke. That Virgil, that makes me think of it. That's another one of the greatest deals of all time pick there, DiBiase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True to the old ways. He lived the character.
Yes, he did.
Is he still in jail?
That's Steve.
I don't think he went to jail.
You idiot.
Didn't they put him
Senior, I believe, did not get sent to jail.
Okay.
I don't know if it's because he just got a lighter sentence because he stole less of the money, or if they were just kind of well, he's old and a preacher. Are we going to send an old preacher to jail?
Why not?
But Junior's in prison. I don't know for how long, and I'm pretty sure Brett's in prison possibly for life.
Who?
If not life, it definitely until he's very old.
Brett DiBiase, who
Oh.
had a very short-lived tenure in WWE and has been in and out of prison for all his life, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, good lord! And wasn't he the one that was doing the money thieving?
I think so.
Who put him in a government job?
I don't know. The government.
Yeah. Why Junior take more money than Senior? I don't know.
Senior already had. Senior is already the $1 million man. He doesn't need more money.
Yeah, you just need
That's
that extra
true.
pocket change.
Yeah. I'm sure we actually have the figures released already, but it would be funny if it came out and he just embezzled like $60.
Yeah.
Like he embezzled $30. He literally just stole enough to pay for like a meal.
Like that implies that like he didn't want to do it, but there was one day where he just forgot his wallet and he was out with Brett.
Yeah.
And Brett was like, I can pay for lunch today, Dad. And $20 man was like, no, Brett, I don't want to get involved in this. But you don't have your wallet, Dad. Yes, I don't have my wallet. Those donuts look pretty good, don't they, Dad? Fine, fuck it. Yeah, okay, son, pay for it. Then cut to him in a fucking court.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Well, once DiBiase Jr. is out, they should do a reunion of Legacy. Maybe freshly out of jail, DiBiase. That being his gimmick. Like, he's doing the Cody gimmick, the fucking the Cody from Street Fighter gimmick. I mean,
Well, it's that or Nails.
yeah.
Remember Nails?
He's gonna
Not
go
really.
backstage and beat up Nick Khan while saying Nick Khan tried to molest him. Which, like, don't get me wrong, it's by now generally there's a lot of good reason to believe that Vince is a sex pest. However, Nails, why would he try to molest you just out of the blue, out of fucking nowhere in that office when you're bigger than him?
That was Vince trying to assert dominance.
Yeah.
I guess so. One would think that he'd have done it more than once. If he did, you'd think somebody would have fucking talked about it.
One would think.
Maybe it was a work shoot.
What? A work shoot? All right, Nails. You punch me in the jaw and then afterwards say I grabbed your balls. This will get big heat. Fucking Dr. Claw and Nails over there. I don't know about this. Shit. Everything about Nails is hilarious. Shit. Oh, man. Oh, what was it I was going to say? You know, this actually doesn't really relate to anything other than it's still wrestling, but I will mention it for Addie's sake. Hey, they're slowly turning Xavier Woods heel and breaking up the New Day.
Oh, cool. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe he can get a fucking connector next time.
Yeah. He's the new Godfather. Oh, no.
No. He's the new good father.
Oh, God. I'm gathering up these tiny troubled English women to help them.
Yeah.
I'm being very responsible about it. Trust me.
I don't know if they.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know the practice some pimps do, where they'll hire another guy, and the hose will get with a client in the back of a car while the driver drives them around, right?
Yeah.
Good Father Xavier sets that up. A client hops in the back of a car with one of the hose, and the driver up front is Brad Maddox.
For some
Who's
reason
filming it.
for some reason the image that came to my mind immediately is that they get in the car and then the driver is the Undertaker.
Buckle up, Teddy.
Both the client and the hoe just start screaming. And the idea being that he's the driver here implies this is a repeat pattern.
Yeah.
Is Xavier just sacrificing innocence to the Undertaker?
Yes. He's sacrificing innocence to the Undertaker so that he can heal his knee. Because yeah.
The twist is he's not the good father, he's the evil father.
Yeah. I think Undertaker
posed for Satan.
Yeah. I think Undertaker said that he might consider coming out of retirement for one match if he can convince Triple H and Shawn to make a worse match than the fucking one they had in whatchamacallit.
Right.
Well, shit. Just march out Shawn and Hunter and Kane again.
That's
even more of a clusterfuck.
That's what he said.
Shawn's the only one out of those four who can probably move his fucking legs.
That's what he said. That like he said it as a joke when he was talking with Kane on his podcast, and he was like, you know, if he can convince Shawn to have that match again to make it worse,
which Hunter would get between the ropes and literally die. Undertaker's knees would explode in 2 seconds, so it'd just be Shawn Michaels versus the mayor of Knox County.
Yeah, it's not even Kane. They give him a new title, so it just says Glenn Jacobs.
He's wrestling in the suit.
Yeah. Shit, but yeah. Also, like the Good Father Xavier gimmick. Like, I don't know if they still do it with Balor, but for a while when he was really with Mysterio and whoever else after him, he was calling them bad fathers. So they can just make a team of Balor and Woods by saying, "I know the locker room is filled with bad fathers, but I know a good father."
Yeah.
And then when he does the heel turn, we do the Undertaker reveal, and we know that we find out that he's actually evil father Xavier.
Rey Mysterio may be bad father, but I'm worse father.
Yeah. And
I didn't just beat my kids when Dirty 13 came out. I beat my kids when 2K14 came out and 2K15.
The only person who can stop worst father Xavier is the worst father.
Chris Benoit.
Oh no!
Oh.
It's cut to a match in hell between Chris Benoit and Fritz Von Erich.
Yeah. They're fighting for the worst father title. Literally the title, the name.
Like Benoit's in there fighting, and he's like, "Hey, you didn't kill any of your kids." And Fritz says directly,
I'm still not sure he didn't shoot Carrie.
Which would be really awkward if you interpret it that way when seeing the movie, because in the movie, Fritz is inside. It's Kev that finds Carrie. It's out there as Carrie. Did Fritz snipe him from the window?
Yes.
Maybe. It's like, if I'm far enough away, my alibi will be rock solid.
Fritz was 20 years ahead of his time. Trump advised us to shoot tornadoes back in 2019. Fritz was doing it back then.
Oh, that's why Matt Hardy trained to patent his flipping a tornado technique.
The only reason we're shooting him is because Matt started actually charging for it, and we're like, "Fuck it, we're not paying him. Start shooting at him."
Yeah.
Now, so far as I know, Matt has not yet started charging for his seal humping services.
Yeah.
But nonetheless. That's the part that I love. Because slap a tornado is a goofy lyric, but it's still acceptable. It's like, okay, I'm tough. So I'm so tough I can slap a tornado. Dry hump a seal, yeah. I love the idea of a wrestler's theme song bragging about dry humping these not only wild animals, but also a rather sizable one. Like, I'm picturing Matt going out to the Arctic. There are some Inuit guys that step out and they look over and they're like, holy shit, what the fuck is happening over there? That guy's dry humping a seal.
Yeah.
They start running over like, hey, stop doing that. That's fucked up.
They look on in horror.
Matt scampers off into the night. He's gotten away with it again.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Matt will only start charging for that though, once he finally updates to V3.
Oh, you know, here's another thing to mention.
Yeah.
And you don't check the wrestling thread, and for understandable reason. But JBL put out on his social medias, you know, here's a picture of me at this vacation spot. It was Niagara Falls. Oh, Lake Tahoe. He says, I'm here at Lake Tahoe, and it's a selfie of himself at Lake Tahoe. I've been randomly clotheslining tourists today.
Nice.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then Facebook, Grimmer's Facebook uses stupid fucking AI to attach search suggestions. So the attached search suggestions that Facebook put on JBL's post for Grimmer. Why clothesline tourists? Clotheslining tourist safety tips?
Nice.
I love the idea that not only is JBL just going crazy and he's now attacking random people wherever he goes with fucking clotheslines from hell, but also that Facebook is encouraging more people to join in on the trend.
Yeah. I mean, it could be worse. It could be Farouk. We could be dominating people.
Oh, God. Oh, Ron Simmons in his prime going around doing that to people. He'd do it to them, and then they, like a Mortal Kombat fatality. When they go down on the pavement, they just explode into a pile of bones. If I had editing skills, I would take that fucking match where Ron Simmons just legit beat the shit out of Ahmed Johnson. Like, actually just beat him to fucking pretty well death. And I would slap on, like, that whatever finish he did in that match, whether it was the Dominator or the Spinebuster or whatever. I would then edit in the Mortal Kombat, like, 8 rib cages come out of Ahmed Johnson. Fucking potatoing on Ron Simmons. How stupid can you be?
Pretty stupid.
Yep.
Really impressive.
Oh, man. Oh. All right, new topic. What wrestler would you not potato?
Aku.
Yeah. That one. Hogan's told a lot of lies down the years, but one I almost come close to believing is that he claims that one day he walked into the showers and Haku, but Beefcake, brother, Beefcake somehow did some way where he fucked Haku over on some big important thing. So Hogan walked back to the showers, and Haku was just lifting Beefcake up in the air, strangling him like Homer Simpson strangling Bart. And Homer had to go like, Haku, brother, calm down, brother, Huck.
You saved the beefer's life that day, brother.
Mang, brother, who the fuck is Mang?
See, the thing is that, like, there are some other wrestlers who are like, you know, like New Jack. You don't even want, like, but the thing is with New Jack is that like you potato him and then he potatoes you. You don't potato him and then he potatoes you. So like it doesn't matter.
Like, New Jack's a funny one where you can potato him and he probably won't give a shit. He's so high he won't notice.
Yeah.
But if he potatoes you and you don't sell, then you're in trouble.
Yeah.
And then there's Ilya Dragunov. You potato him and he's like, yes!
More.
And that's just most King's Road wrestlers.
Yeah. Fucking kick him to Kingdom Come. They have to take him to the fucking back on a stretcher. He's in the full body cast, but he nonetheless forces his arm out of the cast with a broken arm to still give the thumbs up to Triple H and say, as soon as I come back from my injury, put me up against him again.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I'm trying to think of anyone else.
In a similar category to New Jack, I wouldn't potato Abby. Bruiser got away with it, but if I potato Abby, I'm probably getting AIDS.
Yeah.
This is true.
Hmm. I was gonna say Taker, but that wasn't a potato. That was I forget he was training someone and they were in a team, and apparently Kane was at ringside or on the other team or something like that. I forget, but apparently the guy Taker was training didn't do what he was supposed to do, so Taker just goes and fucking slaps him.
I mean, for Attitude Era guys, I think I've told you guys this story before, but it's one of my favorite potatoing related stories. It was Austin working against Boss Man. And apparently, Boss Man had trouble in that he would get really excited while he was wrestling. And you could tell because Boss Man was a fast moving big man. You know, he's rather famous for that, arguably the fastest, lightest on his feet big man ever. And so he gets really excited in the match with Austin. And he just starts throwing potatoes like mad, beating the crap out of Austin. So Austin mid potato calls. Well, it starts up with the Irish whip and calls, all right, duck under the clothesline. And Boss Man goes, yeah, Austin. Hits the ropes, comes back. Austin elbows him right in the fucking forehead as he ducks. Then picks Boss Man back up and says, you cool down, Boss Man? And Boss Man says, yeah, Austin. Yeah, Austin. Oh, man.
I can't really think of anyone else. Carlos Colon.
Ken Shamrock.
Yeah.
Yeah, both.
Ken Shamrock.
Yeah. Wasn't there one time the Shamrock did think somebody was shooting on him and he wasn't being shot on, but he thought he was being shot on and he did beat the crap out of the guy?
That sounds like something that happened.
I think I might have seen him do something like that. I forget it was like on indie or like early TNA, something like that, where the guy, like they booked him to be in like a worked shoot match with a guy who was supposed to be a submission specialist, and then I guess he thought the guy was legit, and he wasn't.
You know, that brings up a good one. Kurt Angle.
Oh yeah.
He won't get you, but he'll make sure that Eddie and Benoit get you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess Eddie Benoit, perfect if memory serves.
It was what's his name? Not Buddy Holly, but the other Holly.
Yeah, Crash or not Crash. The other one. Spark Plug.
Bob Holly, whether or not you get to potato him, has entirely been on your place on the card.
Yeah.
you're at the top of the card, you can beat the ever-loving piss out of him, and he'll say, "Thank you, sir. May I have another?"
Yeah. But yeah, like I remember Perfect also doing some receipts.
Perfect is one. He wouldn't just be able to shoot back. He'd also embarrass you in the middle of it.
Yeah. Hmm.
Didn't I forget? Was there ever any veracity of Mr. Kennedy's claim that he got fired? He got fired for potatoing Orton.
Probably not.
That's the thing. It's like on one hand, I can see Orton in that period being a baby bitch. On the other hand, I inherently don't trust Mr. Kennedy.
Yeah.
If memory serves, it was a mixture of him potatoing Orton and also just injuring everyone, including himself.
Yeah, he gets real offended when people call him injury prone, by the way. Which he may get offended due to the fact that he's injury prone.
Yeah.
Possibly.
I mean, something...
Whiniest loser in wrestling. We know about the whiniest stars, your Hogans and your Bretts. Whiniest loser.
Ryback.
Yeah.
Enzo.
Yeah.
Didn't Enzo like actually grow as a person?
I doubt it. But at the same time, I haven't heard of him in any news lines lately, so it's possible.
Yeah,
the thing is, I think he quote unquote grew as a person, but in fucking MLW.
Ah. Because yeah, like last I heard, you know, he had his bitch fit when they fired him, and then after that, next time I heard about him like 2 years ago or something like that, he was less of a dick. So you know,
Possible.
Oh, here's another pick. Large currency. Where does Ronda Rousey fit? Is she a whiny star or is she a whiny loser?
Depends. UFC speak, she's a star. World Wrestling Entertainment, I'd call her a loser. The most overpushed loser in all of the history of the business, and then some.
And this is saying something considering that Alice guy, literally a jobber.
Mentally, I just kind of had an association of like Ronda was kind of like no, actually I guess it's not really an equivalent.
Val Venus.
Val Venus is up there. Ole Anderson, that's another one.
Maybe Al Snow? I forget.
Al Snow is very much up there. It's one of the funniest goddamn moments ever put in a shoot interview. With Al Snow doing his rant, Macho Man versus Ricky Steamboat is not the best match of all time. It's not even the best match on WrestleMania 3. WrestleMania 3 is Hogan versus Andre because it drew the most money. A match is not good based off ring work. A match is good based off whether it draws. And then a fan-submitted question coming in. Going by these standards, Al, would you then say that you've never had a good match in your life? And there's like a full second or two where you can see alsnow.exe stop and his mouth opens up wide like he's trying to catch some fucking flies. Before he goes, no, I was really over with the head gimmick. I got screwed out of the head gimmick. Because the toys.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair,
to
be fair, that did suck. Like that, it's one of those things where like, Al wasn't ever that over, but like the small amount of over he was. did go away when with the 1-2 punch of that mother complaining about the head gimmick in the toy, and then also just them putting it for some reason putting him in a segment with The Rock.
Yeah, there's a good couple people whose careers were more or less ended by Rock.
Because like to this day, when I think of Al Snow, I don't think the head gimmick, or I don't think whatever the fuck his finish was, the snowplow. I think, you want me to work with Al?
I wish a relevant censorship controversy had not been tied to the fucking turd hanging off McFoley's ass. You know?
Yeah.
Like, Al Snow doesn't get mentioned in the big list of wrestling cronies. You know, he's still not on the level of your beefcakes or your, who's another good wrestling crony pick?
The Honky Tonk Man.
Honky Tonk's another good pick. See,
Maybe.
I wanted to go for a second like, oh man, one of Sean's cronies. And I stopped and went, no, all of Sean's cronies were actually really talented. Several of Sean's cronies were better than Sean.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. Who were Sean's cronies?
Diesel.
Oh.
Diesel. Big sexy.
Kev, Scott Hall, X-Pac, Triple H.
See, when I think...
Kev's the only one out of those four that I wouldn't say is better than Sean.
See, like I don't think of many of those guys, say for X-Pac, because like they're cronies. Because when I think of like either Sean or Triple H's cronies, I just think, all right, Billy Gunn, okay, Jesse James, and X-Pac. And
yeah.
And you know, like Billy Gunn and Road Dogg. Like Road Dogg, you know, God bless him. He found an actual like working gimmick outside of the roadie. He actually managed to build a career out of not being fucking tied to Jeff Jarrett. But
yeah, I'll dump on both the New Age Outlaws. I consider them both wildly overrated. But the DOGG does have a great voice, and Billy Gunn is an athletic freak. So I can't really say that either of them are worthless, you know?
Yeah. Like, honestly, they have like if you have to if you have to work with next to nothing, then they have the right makeup of, one of them is entertaining, one of them is a good wrestler.
Yep.
I still hesitate to call Road Dogg entertaining.
He's entertaining for a bit.
Road Dogg can be more entertaining depending on how stupid he is.
Yeah.
It's gonna forever be one of my favorite commentary calls of all time. Will forever be, or forever commentary conversations of all time. It's Austin Theory sitting down to guest commentate at the desk with Michael Cole, Corey Graves, and Road Dogg. And Road Dogg was just there inexplicably for one episode of SmackDown as a commentator. They never explained why, nor did they explain his absence the next week. But nonetheless, he was there. And Austin Theory sits down at the desk. And Michael Cole, as Theory's putting on the headset, he says, and here comes my friend Austin Theory. And Theory says, my friend? Cole says, yeah, your friend. Theory says, you don't have any friends, Cole. And then quietly in the background, Road Dogg says, I need this job.
And he didn't get it. That's why he was gone.
And Triple H is probably in charge of that, so what's that say?
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Every time I hear Road Dogg talk in a shoot, he sounds stupid as hell. I wonder if he actually gets put in charge of anything, or if Triple H has him on payroll, but then gives him a ball of yarn to play with.
Yeah. I feel like Road Dogg is this sort of act where you don't let him do anything aside from like go out and do a gimmick with R-Truth or similar.
Yeah.
You know.
Triple H has Road Dogg on the payroll to keep him on the payroll. Then Triple H has Abyss on the payroll to keep Road Dogg distracted.
Yeah. Isn't Abyss like a surprisingly good whatchamacallit,
agent? Yes.
Yeah, agent.
it's one of those sad things. Like when the list gets leaked, which I mean, of course, it's leaks and it's dirt sheets, so it's probably all bullshit. But when the list gets leaked of who was the agent for what matches, and it near always works out. Okay, the good matches on the card, the agent was either Michael Hayes, blech, Abyss,
That always disappoints me.
or Tyson Kidd. Okay, fair enough. And the bad matches, and this one is what mystifies me. The bad matches were nearly always the agent is Jason Jordan.
Yeah.
It's like, Jason, why were you good in the ring but shit at being an agent for other wrestlers?
Probably different skill sets.
Like, that man has a 0 to 10 ratio.
Nice.
Dang, can you recall any of those lists ever leaking that Jason Jordan was behind a good match?
Nope. It's always Tyson Kidd and Michael Pierce Hayes, and that always disappoints me.
Yeah. Yeah, I've hated Michael Hayes for years, and it's like, well, goddamn it, why does it turn out near every match I love on these fucking cards is either from Tyson Kidd, who is one of my all-time faves, so, that fits my personal narrative just fine.
Yeah.
But then it'll be Michael Hayes, and it's like, no, that goes against my narrative. I have to maintain the agenda.
Maybe they should consider replacing Jason Jordan with Finley again. I think he was a good agent.
He was, but Finley really just needs to be kept on top of training the women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now in NXT, it's a generation of chicks that weren't trained by Finley, and it shows.
Finley right
Tina
now
Lyons is great. She was phenomenal before she blew her knees out.
Finley right now
it gives her an extra weapon. Every time that her knees explode, the shards may hit her opponent and the ref and the crowd. You can hear Booker T from behind the desk going, "Shucky ducky, quack quack duck."
You can hear Booker T from behind the desk ordering Uber Eats.
Shucky ducky, quack quack, I'm getting the duck from Chinese.
Yeah, Peking duck.
And he turns over to that poor young kid they have carrying him on commentary. He's like, "You want anything?" And the young kid on commentary is like, "I want you to die, Book. I want you to fucking die. But that ain't happening, so I got to keep at it."
Yeah. Like every time I see a clip of Booker commentating, it's the other guy doing all of the setup work, and they're going, "What do you think, Book?" And Booker T goes, "Huh?"
Yeah.
And after he wakes up, it takes him a second every time to wake up and realize where he is. And he'll go, "I really like him what I'm seeing here." Yeah, Buck?
Yep.
That's some insight right there, pal. I love the two shitty commentary duos that we have nowadays. The Book and Matt Joseph, is that his name?
Vic Joseph.
Vic Joseph. On NXT, then on AEW, you've got Taz and Excalibur, but they're shit in entirely different ways. Buck and Vic Joseph don't work together at all. There's no chemistry. And they don't like each other, and it shows through at times. Conversely, Taz and Excalibur, one could argue that they like each other too much. So it just derails and they stop talking about wrestling.
Yeah. I mean, like, usually with wrestling commentators, you have the play-by-play, you have the color commentator. They generally try to put over the angle, put over the wrestlers, shit like that. Yeah. Excalibur and Taz, they are just doing a YouTube video live on TV.
They do sound like someone else coming in afterwards that's not official to try and commentate. Like, at times, it sounds like it's somebody else coming in and doing like a half-joking fucking movie, commentary, like bonus feature, right?
Yeah, I also like when Shivani is also there with them, and he's just fucking lost.
And the thing I love is the Vic Joseph never calls Booker out for being asleep at the wheel. Excalibur and Taz both call Shivani out for being asleep at the wheel all the fucking time.
Yeah.
And sometimes it results in some snapping. There was some time where Taz was making fun of Shivani on the mic for not for being off the ball, and Shivani's response is, "Just call the match, Taz." And Taz gets genuinely lit up. I'm calling the freaking match, dude.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Although like how things have changed, it does make me wonder what would happen if Taz got settled with Cole again.
As much as Cole loved working with McAfee and McAfee being a delightful dumbass at the wheel, I think Cole, if Taz sat down next to him, would be like, "Oh yeah, it's back to good old times here."
Yeah. It's 2004 again, but with no wins.
Oh God, Cole having uncensored Cole with uncensored Taz would be unbelievable.
Holy shit, I need that.
Because it wouldn't take Cole much time at all to give up on putting Taz back on the tracks and eventually just going, fuck it, we're memeing.
Yeah. It's still like it is still one of the most vindicating things in wrestling that I spent years going, no, Michael Cole is actually fine. People just don't see it, and then Vince leaves, and everyone realizes that Michael Cole is actually a good commentator under the Vince.
Yeah. Once you get this mountain off his shoulders.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Like the only misstep of Cole's career is that he didn't enter Lawler in the ring that one time. He got a chance.
Man, he had a chance to kill Lawler and he didn't seize it. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Ziggler tried, bless his heart.
Cole didn't know.
He tried to bless Lawler's heart. Oh man. I really should be a bigger fan of Ziggler than I am.
The thing with Ziggler is that he's just like, what if Shawn Michaels but with RVD selling? Which, that's not a bad thing, but
I was
still.
already pretty close to that back in the 90s.
True. But like, that's not bad necessarily.
Just as high.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Arguably more.
One of the best wrestling pictures of all time is that one that's just simply taken right of when Shawn was doing the headstand self or something or other.
Yeah.
And when the picture is taken just right, it makes it look like Shawn isn't selling. Like, no, he's just headstanding for some reason. And Psycho says just looking on in wonder and horror, a combination. Like, you almost expect to see Shawn slide on his head like some inverted T-pose. Psycho Sid's being attacked by some Gary's mod monster.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Anyone else got any heels to shout out?
I'll shout out Triple H from Evolution. That's my childhood right there. And I will shout out Bret Hart in the Hart Foundation. He was a hero, but he was a heel.
I have a weird one.
Shout out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say early conspiracy truth before it turned into conspiracy truth.
Yeah.
Which, don't get me wrong, conspiracy, hilarious. Nonetheless, that was a cool character that got turned into a joke.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. Just most of his career, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I guess a weird one. Rob Van Dam in ECW, his gimmick was that he's too good for ECW, is just stating the truth. And he was a heel because of it.
Nah.
Along similar lines, Foley coming into ECW, not wrestling a single hardcore match.
Yeah.
Well, I mentioned him earlier already for quality work, but in case I didn't say already, he's one of the favorites. Dominic Mysterio.
Oh, yeah?
But then there are some examples, like, I don't feel like you can say Roddy Piper. Roddy Piper got a ton of heat in his time, but by the standards of any decade other than the 80s, Roddy Piper is one of the definitions of cool heel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Angle.
Yeah.
Mentioning the cool heel of his era to the heel that was always a dork.
Yep, the dork heel. Yeah, I get when you think about dork heels, there you go. That's a category unto its own.
Yeah.
Dominic gets into dork heel when he starts talking about chicken tendies.
Yeah.
I'm also going to throw out for now modern Carlito being the old guy in Judgment Day who doesn't understand these young kids, but he's still just here.
Dork heels. Edge and Christian.
Yeah.
Also the Dudley Boys, their first run in WWE.
Yeah, when they had the taped up glasses, yeah.
Yeah.
Arguably, depending on the time period, Damien Sandow.
Yeah. Definitely when they were the Mustache Connection or whatever the fuck with Cody.
Yeah, I was about to throw in Mustache Cody as well.
Yeah.
King Booker, that's a dork heel.
Yeah. The Boogeyman? Question mark?
Boogeyman was never a heel.
Boogeyman was barely a character ever, so like...
Boogeyman was a bit.
Yeah.
Boogeyman is much the same as, damn, Ron Simmons, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not a face. He's not a heel. You're not supposed to cheer for him or boo him. You're not supposed to want him to see him win or lose a match. It's just like, he's there. He does his bit. That was amusing. Okay, shuffle the clown off the stage.
Yeah. Santino Marella.
Yeah. Yep, that's... Before he turned face, yep.
Yeah.
Sadly, more often than it should have happened, Kane and
Yeah.
Big Show both.
Yeah. Mark Henry. Like Mark.
Oh yeah.
Like Mark Henry. I tuned in for wrestling at the right moment to catch Mark Henry in his like one final run where they let him be a serious threat, and then any other time, basically, he was not.
Yeah, Mark Henry as a wrestler you could take seriously began with him throwing the sound crew guy off the stage and ended with the retirement fake out. That's more or less the run.
Yeah.
Did Mark ever say whether or not it was his idea to start doing junkyard dog moves?
I think he said it was his idea.
Why?
That's a good question, and so late in his career as well.
Yeah, one would think those old knees wouldn't want to be, oh, I'm going to crawl around on my hands and knees to headbutt people.
Right?
He gave creative a choice between that and taking on E Honda's moveset. Sumo headbutt and all.
See, the trouble with attaching wrestlers to the movesets of the fighting game characters that they profess an appreciation for is that means that Kenny Omega has to start wrestling like Rose from Street Fighter. And Kofi Kingston has to start wrestling like Kitana, specifically from Mortal Kombat X, where one of her most important moves was the rear view.
Nice.
It is worth noting for Pink's sake, in Mortal Kombat X, Kitana even had a brutality where she would rear view the opponent in the face so hard that their head exploded. I think that Yeah, Melina also had a brutality in that game. Melina has a command grab in that game where she gets into like a code red style position on the opponent's back and then reaches back and breaks their arms. But if you do the brutality version, she doesn't do that. She just falls backwards and crushes the opponent's head under her ass.
Nice.
I guess they are twins.
Yeah.
Oh god, has someone put those animations on other characters in Mortal Kombat? Can you get Goro to rear view somebody to death?
Put it on Ferrator.
Put it on Jason.
Yes. No. Put it on the Xenomorph.
That'd be really great because there's no way that those animations would have the bones set right for the Xenomorph's tail, so it'd probably be just jutting straight out, unanimated.
Yeah. It would have a tailboner. And then also do the real view.
Well, then it just makes sense. Oh, shit.
I'm trying to think
All right, I think we're good to wrap things up here.
Probably. I can think of anyone else. Think?
Shout out Sensational Sherry.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Oh, man, as chicks go, I wasn't considering women's division. Ooh. Another lame heel, Carmella.
Yeah.
That's a good pick.
But as for the best heels on the women's side, see, the issue is that the time periods I watched from about 2011 to 2014 and from 2021 to 2024. So the former time period is a time period where the women's division was arguably the worst it had ever been. And the latter period is a period where, while the women's wrestling is great, they don't let the women be heels.
Yeah.
So, like, I'd have to, like, pick, I don't know, Shayna. But even then, like... in the category that goes next to Enzo Amore as heels on the men's side.
Yeah. See, for best heel, I guess I'd say Beth Phoenix on just in the time frame that I watched, just because like she had the same build as Cena. That's it. She wasn't supposed to be a heel, but she is though.
She was. Beth's main roster run ended on a heel run because Vince didn't like her being a skinny little bimbo and wanted to make it clear.
Oh no, that was after.
Huh?
Yeah, I remember seeing that, but I didn't see Beth retire. I quit before she retired, so I think I caught the like first quarter to half of that run.
Beth retired in 2011, didn't she?
I don't remember.
I'll look it up.
All right.
I feel like I'm going crazy because my memory is I only really saw 6 months of her when I started watching, and then she retired. But not like a hard retirement, one of those gets released and never really looks for employment anywhere else, just settles for marrying Edge.
Yeah.
Let's see. Looks like September of 2012, attacked by Caitlyn, suspended by Eve Torres, when Eve Torres was supposed to be general manager. Oh, good lord.
Oh, no.
Turned heel again on an episode of Superstars.
That's definitely canon.
On October 29th episode of Raw, Beth Phoenix was defeated by AJ Lee in a singles match. Raw GM Vicky Guerrero restarted the match, allowing Beth Phoenix to win, only for Vicky to then fire her afterwards for losing in the first place.
When was this?
Beth, this would be October 29th of 2012. Beth at the time said that she was trying to focus on her family, but in December 2019, she revealed that no, it wasn't because I was focusing on my family. I just thought that the women were being treated like shit and I was done with it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I forgot she was full-time commentator on NXT for a little bit.
Just about a year.
Huh. Shit, she's been in more of the games than I would have told you she'd been in.
Yeah. Oh, for women's roster heels, Mae Young.
Were you ever really supposed to boo Mae Young? I thought she was supposed to be just kind of funny.
I know in wrestling, yeah. Outside of wrestling, she was a heel. Definitely. Like, or at least I remember hearing stories about her.
Oh, no, you're thinking of Moolah. You're thinking of Moolah.
Maybe. I could be.
Mae Young is the one that didn't pimp her students out to a bunch of men.
Nothing different about them otherwise.
Moolah held on to the women's championship for about 30 fucking years or something ridiculous.
Yeah. I can't wait for them to want to break that streak.
Yeah, it felt
we've got
really
Nia
bad.
Jax on the roster again, so we can do it.
It felt really bad as Bianca was getting to the end of her championship run. And they're like, Bianca's held it for over a year and so and such days. She is now the longest reigning women's champion of the modern era.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like, oh, that hurts because they're never toppling that fucking old sack of bones off that top of that mountain. Unless they just out and out have Triple H go out one day and say, yeah, we're revoking her record. It doesn't count anymore. It's like
They
Inoki.
should. I mean, they
Or it's
forgot
like
the guy existed for those 30 years, so they should just revoke it.
Yeah.
We're revoking Moolah's championship run and instead giving it to me, Triple H.
Okay, who was the last person to hold the big belt, the big gold belt physically before it got merged into the WWE belt?
It was... that's a good question. I think it was Orton.
Okay, so if we're going with the logic that Moolah is 30 years as women's champ or whatever the fuck, was Orton the big gold champ for 8 or 9 years?
Good question.
I mean, there's some funny things to be said with things like this as well. Because like Ezekiel Jackson, he's been ECW Jackson. Yes, he's been ECW Jackson for fucking like 15 years.
Yeah. That one's less funny because ECW has already a lot of embarrassments in its title records.
Yeah.
Was Matt Hardy not ECW champion at one point?
He was.
Yeah. Yeah, V1 Matt Hardy, that's kind of embarrassing.
Who
Who was the last hardcore champion?
I was thinking of that too. Probably Vacant.
I'm going to look up who was the last hardcore champion. Because now we've started on a particular bit of curiosity.
Yeah. How long has Taka Michinoku been light heavyweight champion?
I
don't even know if he was the last one, but still.
There's a good chance.
Yeah.
That man was 70% of that championship.
Yeah.
Okay, the last hardcore champion was... Oh, there's a long history. RVD, who won it in August 26th of 2002, and then immediately united it with the merged it into the Intercontinental Championship.
All right, so RVD's been a hardcore champ for 22 years.
Yep. Which is beating the previous longest reign of 97 days.
Nice.
The previous record for longest reigning light heavyweight champion was apparently Elviano Trace.
Who?
Which I would have lost that trivia question. Apparently, he held it for a combined. Holy fuck! That's gonna be a lot of days. Let me look at okay, the longest in a single reign with the light heavyweight championship was, of course, Gilbert.
Yeah.
Because fuck you, you little vanilla midget bitches. We're going to put the title on Gilbert just to make it clear what we think of you. Okay. Oh, no, wait. That's only for the Attitude Era run. Okay. Okay. The combined days held... The combined days reign of the light heavyweight championship for the Attitude Era run is still held by Gilbert at 448 days. Taka Michinoku only came up to 315. But they're both beat by Elviano Trace, who held it for 2,040 days.
Good lord.
Nice.
And the last light heavyweight champion, X-Pac, won it in August 19th of 2001. And then vacated it on well, there was a time period where it was vacated on TV, but he would still defend it at house shows, whatever. For all intents and purposes, it was supposed to be retired on March 8th, 2002. So X-Pac has been the light heavyweight champion for 23 years.
Nice. So that's gonna be up there. That's gonna be at least second.
Yeah, the European Championship, when would that have been retired? 2002. Okay, so RVD has been the European champion since 2002 when he merged it with the Intercontinental Championship. Jesus Christ, Rob.
Oh,
I forgot Rob just ate all of the undercard belts. He just consumed them.
He rolled them up and smoked them as joints.
Good mid-carder they had in the invasion angle.
They had Raven.
I said good mid-carder.
True.
Let's see. That plastic trash bin has been the 24/7 champion for 2 years, ever since Nikki dumped the belt in it.
Wait, how long has the WCW Trash Can been women's champion?
Oh. Well, the women's championship has been brought back since.
I know, but the reign would still go from like fucking, I don't know, like 86 to like 2020 or something like that.
Okay, it wouldn't be that. No, it would not be anywhere near that long. It would be like 97 to 9. It would be like 96 to 99, maybe. Let me look at it.
Oh wait, right, because they brought it back in the like after that too, yeah.
Okay. That's a good picture of Layla. All right, let's see.
Can I see?
Alundra Blaze dumped the women's championship in the trash on December 18th of 1995. The women's championship was then brought back on September 15th of 1998, where it was won by Jacqueline. Though, courtesy of tape delay, WWE says that Jacqueline won it on September 21st.
Ah. And then between the ruthless aggression era women's title and the Divas title, like how long did that go? What is the longest? What was the longest modern title reign of the women's belt?
You mean the longest absence where the belt's been gone, or do you mean actually what's the longest women's reign of the modern era?
I mean, like, who was the last champion between the them discarding the women's title and going with the Divas instead, and then bringing it back?
Who was the longest Divas champion, you mean?
No, because that wouldn't count what I'm talking about.
I'm very confused. I don't understand what you're looking for.
I'm asking who was the last champion, and how what was the amount of time that the Divas Championship was active, basically. Like, who was the last women's champion before the Divas belt, and how long the Divas belt was active?
The Divas belt and the women's belt overlapped for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
It got united by Michelle McCool or somebody.
I think it was Michelle McCool and Layla or something like that.
Well, it got screwy because Michelle McCool and Layla literally split the women's belt in half because that's how seriously Vince took the women's division at that time.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. The last Divas champion. Charlotte has been Divas champion for 9 years.
Nice.
Hornswoggle has been cruiserweight champion for 17 years.
Nice.
Now that's a respectable one.
Once again, something about little midgets. Like,
Yep. Literally in that case.
I guess.
Who was the last NXT UK champion? Was that the Masturbator?
Probably.
Yeah, it was Masturbate. Well, we won't count him because fuck him.
Yeah.
That was a legit
It was-
vacating.
It was Steven Regal.
Yeah.
He came out of retirement just for this.
Hold it. Chris Jericho has been WCW champion for 23 years.
Nice.
Take that, Hulkster.
Yeah. Who's the longest reigning XWF champion?
Oh, God. First, I have to look up. Let's see. Oh, no!
What?
Jerry Lawler has been
Oh,
SWF
no!
world champion for 20 years. Why'd you do this?
I didn't know. Although it checks out, I think that company was started by like fucking Jimmy Hart and Brian Sags, or whatever the fuck his name is.
So do you guys want to know the XWF World Championship history?
Sure.
All right, their first champion was Ian Harrison.
Who?
Some bodybuilder that Jimmy Hart found.
Ah.
And then he vacated the belt, and it was won by Mabel.
Ah.
And then Mabel vacated the belt because no one at that fucking company was taking pins. Mabel vacated the belt, and it went to Shock, who was, in fact, just an alternative ring name for Fantasio from WWE, who was the mime whose finish was that he would rip someone's underwear out of their pants and then roll them up.
Ah.
Who then was the only world champion to actually lose the belt properly Like 5 months later, to Jerry Lawler, who then held on to the belt for about 3 or 4 months, and then the company folded.
Yeah. The best part of the XWF was that every week there were two weeks of taped shows, and every week they would show Hulk Hogan promos where he goes, "Man, I love the XWF. I wouldn't want to work here, but I don't have my paperwork in order yet. So maybe you'll see me, but maybe you won't."
That sounds like Jimmy Hart and Jerry Lawler, yes.
Yeah.
Also, the tag team championship history.
Yeah.
On November 13th, 2001, the very first match for the XWF Tag Team Championship was a fatal four-way between the Shane twins, who are known in WWE as the Gemini, the two that hated each other, the Sweet Philly Posse. Okay,
Sure.
I'm going to guess that is a alternative name for the tag team Public Enemy. The issue is that Wikipedia fucked up the link. So instead of linking to the tag team Public Enemy, it links to the movie Public Enemy.
Nice. The entire
So they got
the
a
entire
fucking
staff.
movie out in the ring.
And the entire, like, I mean, Vince fought God. Anything's possible.
So, all right, the Gemini, the Public Enemy, presumably, the fucking Road Warriors, all three teams lost in that Fatal Fury for the first XWF Tag Team Championship to guess what fucking team?
The Nasty Boys.
The fucking Nasty Boys. Fucking carnies, man.
Yeah.
Also, Cruiserweight Championship. This one's real fucking funny. Kid
AJ
Cash
Styles
wins. Kid Cash wins the XWF Cruiserweight Championship on its first show. All right. The next day, Juventud Guerrera beats him.
Nice.
Who did what?
And then, 8 days later, Kid Cash beats Hoovy, gets the XWF Cruiserweight Championship, and then holds it for the next 3 years until the company folds.
Nice.
Oh man, the company going under was probably his fault.
The Women's Championship. Yes, Jerry Lawler has heard of the idea of having women wrestle, though I'm sure that he has certain ideas of how they should wrestle. So at the debut show is won by Christy Ricci. Not Christine Ricci, Christy Ricci, who is famous enough that Wikipedia only has one picture of her, and it's a distant, low-resolution picture of her in the ring from the crowd, and she's facing away from the camera.
Nice.
So all I know is that she's a chick with a blonde bob, and that she's got the American flag as her cape, and that's it. This Christy Ricci won the XWF Women's Championship on their debut show, and then proceeded to hold it until the company folded.
That was the only,
Yeah,
that was the only
sounds
women's
like it.
match.
Probably.
And I don't mean to be mean-spirited or demeaning to whoever this woman is. She could be a perfectly nice woman. But this is a company run by Jerry Lawler and Jimmy Hart. So the question is, who was she fucking?
Yeah.
It's not her, it's the company she keeps. So there you go. I'd not heard of that company in a long time. I'd certainly never looked into their title history, so thank you for that, Addy.
You're welcome. I didn't know the horrors myself. I only know the Hulk Hogan.
I've been sent a friend request on Discord by Emma the Great.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I've also been getting a lot of those.
Something's going on with bots lately. I mean, I put up a fucking video of Minecraft that is inexplicably the views shot up, and it's a bunch of comments that are just simply great video, or glad I stumbled onto this, or great video. And it's like,
Yeah.
these Russians move in strange ways.
I can't explain it.
Well, I guess we can call it a podcast. I was trying to think of like, all right, who else can we shout out that probably wouldn't have lore in it, so that we don't have we can wash off the lore. But if it's any indie that existed in the like early to mid 2000s, lore was there.
Yeah, that was this
An
period
unfortunate
of
fact of life.
that was the period of they treated the cat poorly, and I won't stand for it.
Yeah.
She's a grown woman, but she looks like a child. This is the best deal I can get.
I've never actually seen the cat outside of No Mercy.
Let me look at a picture of her just real quick to make sure I didn't falsely demean her. She's definitely pretty baby-faced. Still looks a bit old for Lawler standards, though. Anyways.
Yeah.
Hope the lighting rig falls on him.
Wherever he may be, it just falls out of the sky.
Fucking satellite just loses a piece.
Yeah.
The astronauts look out the side. Oh, shit!
That's specifically a Jerry Lawler size debris heading to Earth.
I love the addition of Lawler sized implies that will strike Lawler and nothing else.
Yeah.
Which makes it even better. Like, I was imagining an oversized piece of like lighting rig that it just happens that no innocent casualties are around. It's funnier to imagine it somehow just a Lawler seeking piece of debris finds Lawler in the middle of a crowd.
Yeah. Ah, shit. But anyway, bye, I guess.
Yeah.